Hello and welcome to Easy English Chats. I'm Eva.
And I'm Paul. This is a podcast where two friends just chat. We talk about everyday topics in simple, natural English, so you can practice your listening and pick up real conversation skills along the way.
That's right. We try to keep it relaxed and friendly, just like a real conversation between two people, which, of course, is exactly what it is.
Exactly. And today's topic is really fun. We're talking about superstitions and lucky habits.
Oh, I love this topic. It's one of those things where you think, I don't believe in that. And then something happens and suddenly you're not so sure.
Exactly. I have a few habits that are maybe a little hard to explain.
Me too. But before we get into all of that, if you're enjoying the podcast, please hit subscribe. It really helps us reach more listeners, and we'd love to have you back for every episode.
Yes, please do subscribe. It means a lot to us. And it's free, so why not? Okay, Eva, shall we get started?
Let's go. So, Paul, first question. Are you a superstitious person?
That's a good question. I think a little bit. Like, I don't really believe that breaking a mirror brings 7 years of bad luck, but if I break one, I still feel a bit nervous.
Oh, that's interesting. So you don't fully believe it, but there's still that little feeling in your stomach.
Exactly. It's like my brain knows it's not true, but my feelings haven't got the message yet. Does that make sense?
Completely. I think that's most people, honestly. We live in a very modern world. We know about science, but these old beliefs are still somewhere in the back of our minds.
It's almost like they've been passed down through generations, and they're just part of us now.
Yes, and a lot of superstitions come from very old times when people didn't have science to explain things, so they created stories and rules to make sense of the world.
That's fascinating, really. Like, if something bad happened, people wanted to find a reason for it. And if something good happened, they wanted to repeat whatever they did before.
Exactly. That's where a lot of lucky habits come from. Right. Let's talk about some specific superstitions. What about walking under ladders? Do you do that?
Oh, I never walk under a ladder. Never. I always walk around it.
Me too. I think most people do, actually, even people who say they don't believe in superstitions.
Right. It might just be habit at this point. Although, to be fair, there is a practical reason too. Something could fall on you.
That's very true. So that one might have started as a practical warning and then became a superstition over time.
A lot of them probably started that way. A simple piece of advice that turned into a belief.
Good point. What about black cats?
Okay, so in a lot of countries, a black cat crossing your path is bad luck. I always thought that was a rule.
Well, that's interesting because in the UK, a black cat is actually considered good luck.
Really? I had no idea. So the same thing can mean completely opposite things depending on where you're from.
Exactly. And I find that so interesting. It shows how much culture shapes the way we see the world. The cat is just a cat. It's not doing anything special, but we attach a meaning to it.
And then we feel something, either hope or worry based on that meaning.
Right. The cat has no idea it's giving anyone good or bad luck. It's just walking somewhere.
Just minding its own business. What about the number 13? That's a big one in many Western countries.
Yes, a lot of buildings in the UK and America don't have a 13th floor. They go from 12 to 14.
Which is a bit funny when you think about it. The 14th floor is the 13th floor. You've just renamed it.
Exactly. The number is unlucky, but the floor itself is fine, as long as we call it something else.
It's strange logic, but I kind of understand it. People feel better. And in some cultures, it's not 13 at all. It's a different number, isn't it?
Yes, in many East Asian countries like China, Japan, and Korea, the number 4 is considered unlucky because the word for 4 sounds very similar to the word for death.
Oh, wow. So the same idea, an unlucky number, but completely different numbers depending on the culture.
It really shows that superstitions are cultural, not universal. They're learned, not built in.
That's a great way to put it. Now, let's talk about lucky habits. Do you have anything you do for good luck?
Yes, I have a little stone that my grandmother gave me when I was a child. She told me it was a lucky stone, and I've kept it in my bag ever since.
Aw, that's lovely.
I know. I don't know if it does anything magical, but every time I touch it, I feel calm. And I think that's the real power of lucky objects.
What do you mean?
Well, if you believe something brings you luck, it might actually change how you behave. You feel more confident, more relaxed, and because of that, you actually do better.
Oh, that's a really interesting idea. So the lucky object isn't magical, but the belief in it is powerful in a real way.
Exactly. There's even some psychology research about this. Studies have shown that people perform better on tests when they have a lucky charm with them.
Not because of magic, but because of confidence.
Right. Belief is a powerful thing.
I love that. Well, speaking of lucky habits, I have to confess mine.
Oh, yes, the socks. Tell our listeners.
Yes, I have a pair of lucky socks. When I have something important coming up, a job interview, an exam, a big meeting, I always wear them.
And what makes them lucky? Did something special happen when you first wore them?
Well, I wore them one day and I got some really good news that day, and I thought, oh, it must be the socks. And now I can't stop.
That's such a human thing to do. We notice when something goes well, and we try to repeat the conditions.
Exactly. The socks might have absolutely nothing to do with it, but my brain made the connection and now it's stuck.
I think almost everyone has something like that. A lucky jumper, a lucky pen, something they always do before something important.
Do any of our listeners have a lucky object? I'd love to know.
Yes, think about it. Do you have anything you keep with you for luck? Maybe your parents gave you something or you picked it up somewhere special.
Okay, another superstition I definitely follow, knocking on wood, or as we say in British English, touch wood.
Oh, yes, this is such a common one. Can you explain it for our listeners?
Sure. So the idea is if you say something positive, something good that's happening in your life, you touch a piece of wood immediately afterwards to stop bad luck from following.
It's to stop you from jinxing it. That's a great word. To jinx something means to bring bad luck to it by talking about it too soon.
Right. So, for example, if I say, I haven't been ill all this year, touch wood, I have to touch something wooden immediately.
And I'll do the same right now just in case. Touch wood. It's become completely automatic for me.
Same. I don't even think about it. I say something good and my hand just moves on its own.
It's funny because even people who say, I don't believe in superstitions, they still do things like this. It's just so embedded in the language and culture.
Absolutely. And I think that's part of what makes superstitions so interesting. They live inside language too. Phrases like touch wood or break a leg or fingers crossed.
Oh, break a leg. That's a great one. Can you explain that one, Paul?
Yes. So break a leg is something you say to an actor or performer before they go on stage instead of good luck.
Because saying good luck was considered bad luck in the theater world.
Exactly. So you say the opposite, break a leg, meaning I hope you do brilliantly.
Theater has so many superstitions, actually. Actors are very superstitious as a group, I think.
There's one in theater, you're never supposed to say the name of the Shakespeare play Macbeth inside a theater. You have to call it the Scottish play.
Yes, and people take that very seriously. Even today, professional actors won't say it.
It's been going on for hundreds of years.
Isn't that amazing? A belief that started in the 1600s is still being followed today. It's like a living piece of history.
I love that thought. Okay, what about superstitions around New Year? Because there's so many of those.
Oh, yes. Where I'm from, there's a tradition of eating grapes at midnight on New Year's Eve. 12 grapes, one for each chime of the clock.
Really? I've never heard that one. Where does that come from?
I think it's Spanish in origin, and it spread to a lot of Latin American countries too. Each grape represents a month. If the grape is sweet, that month will be good. If it's sour, watch out.
Oh no, what if you get a sour one?
You just have to hope for better in the following month. What about New Year traditions in the UK, Paul?
Well, there's first footing in Scotland. The first person to enter your house after midnight on New Year's should be a tall, dark-haired man, and he should bring gifts like coal or bread.
Oh, how specific. A tall, dark-haired man.
Yes, apparently a fair-haired visitor was considered bad luck. I don't know why.
These things are so specific and so old that the original reasons are often lost, but
people still do them.
Because it's tradition, and tradition is comforting, I think.
It really is. It connects you to the past, to your family, to your culture. Even if you don't believe in the superstition itself, the act of doing it feels meaningful.
You know, one thing I find really interesting is how superstitions can differ between generations. Like, my grandmother had so many things she always did or never did, but a lot of younger people today say they don't believe in any of it.
That's such a good point. My grandmother, too, she had a whole list of things you should never do in the house. No shoes on the table, never open an umbrella indoors, always leave the same door you came in.
Oh yes, the umbrella one. I still don't open an umbrella indoors ever, and if someone else does, I feel very uncomfortable.
Same. It's funny, we say we don't believe in superstitions, but then we still feel uncomfortable when someone breaks one. Our bodies haven't caught up with our rational minds.
Exactly. And I wonder if superstitions actually serve a social purpose too. Like they're things communities share. It's a common language.
That's a really lovely way to think about it. When you share a superstition with someone, even just saying touch wood together, there's a little moment of connection. You understand each other.
Right. And for someone learning English, knowing these expressions is actually a really important part of understanding British or American culture.
Absolutely. If someone says break a leg to you before a presentation and you've never heard it before, you might be very confused.
Or worried. Why is this person telling me to break something?
Exactly. So knowing these phrases and their meanings is a great way to understand what's really being communicated in everyday English conversation.
And the cultural context behind language is always so rich and interesting. That's one of the best parts of learning a language, I think. You get a window into how people think.
Beautifully said. Each language and culture has its own way of making sense of the world, and superstitions are a really vivid example of that.
That's beautifully put. Now, for our listeners who are learning English, we've used quite a few interesting words and phrases today. Do you want to go over a few of them?
Great idea. So, superstition. A superstition is a belief that something will bring good or bad luck, even though there's no logical reason for it.
Lucky charm. That's an object you keep because you believe it brings you good luck.
Jinx. To jinx something means to bring bad luck to it, often by talking about it or celebrating too early.
And modal verbs. We've used a lot of those today. Words like might, could, and would. For example, breaking a mirror might bring bad luck, or a black cat could mean good luck.
These are great for expressing beliefs and possibilities, things that are not certain but possible. Very useful in everyday English.
And touch wood or knock on wood, an expression used when you want to protect something good from going wrong.
Perfect. I hope that's useful, everyone. Try using some of these in your next English conversation.
And honestly, asking someone, are you superstitious, or do you have any lucky habits, is a brilliant conversation starter. People love talking about this stuff.
They really do. It's personal, it's fun, and it opens the door to talking about culture and family and memories.
Great. I think that's everything from us today on superstitions and lucky habits.
Thank you so much for listening to Easy English Chats today. We really hope you enjoyed it.
It's always such a pleasure to record these episodes, and we hope it feels like sitting down with two friends for a chat.
That's exactly what we want it to feel like. And if you've been listening for a while and you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's the best way to make sure you never miss an episode.
We'll be back soon with another topic, another conversation, and plenty more everyday English.
Until then, take care of yourselves, keep practicing, and
Touch wood, everything goes well for you this week.
touch wood. See you next time on Easy English Chats. Bye.
Bye, everyone.